Everyone who has completed the Sons of the Forest, I bet you guys all have questions, or are confused about what the story means, or you just don't know what the hell happened. Majority of people either really like the game somehow, or they heavily dislike it. I mean, you could take XQC as an example.
It's not even a real city, it's literally a JPEG.
Okay, you're ruining my version.
Anyways, hopefully after this video you all start to understand every detail and piece of the story that was put into this game, so you end up appreciating it more. Because after I discovered all of this, I sure as hell did. Alright, so first off you end up finding a helicopter, obviously looking for people who were stranded on an island. Then your helicopter crashes and you end up stranded with no clue where the fuck you are, just like the first game. You end up coming across a modern and exotic resort which is created to lure people to the island. The reason they created this resort was to cover up what they were truly hiding underneath it. Now who is they, you might ask? The people who created this resort slash company are named Edward Puffton and Virginia Puffton. They are who created this place and purchased the island with a business called Puff Corp. Edward Puffton and Virginia Puffton were both the people that were missing. Virginia Puffton is also on one of the key cards that you see in the game. Later on you end up finding a room with cameras showing recordings of normal people suddenly turning into these demon mutant things, and you just have like no idea why. After exploring more you find a room with pictures of this cube, but with no documentation of it, except later you find one document which quotes, "Further studies show that our hypothesis is correct, and that the subjects in question are safe inside the cube." I will let you guys assume what you guys think that means, but anyways, we're getting to the better parts of the story, so make sure to listen up. So you end up finding this door which you're actually able to open, and you go through it and find this ugly baby creating disgusting fucking thing. And you end up seeing these two people fighting this thing. And if you actually listen to the dialogue, you can hear the older guy say son to the younger guy.
Get down, son!
Now if you know what I'm thinking right now, yes, that's who it is. I will get more into detail in it later, but yes, that is who you think it is. Then the guy with the silver jacket ends up coming through the back door as well. He comes in with multiple people who look like, you know, military agents, SWAT team, whatever the fuck. He ends up shooting the older guy in the back, and the older guy ends up fainting, acting as if he's unconscious, and then you end up getting, I guess, knocked out by the baby making thing. After finally getting to the cube, the younger guy who was fighting the baby mutant creator thingy was already there. You end up walking into the cube, and suddenly the back door closes on the guy with the silver jacket who tried to kill the older man in the other cutscene and knocked us out in the beginning of the game. Then we see this guy from the cutscene show us a timer on a laptop, which indicates when you need to be inside the cube in order to not turn into a mutant. When the cube reaches its time limit of 0, the artifact triggers a parallel dimension, which turns everything in its range to mutants. So the only way to stay safe is by being inside when the timer reaches 0. While you're in this artifact, you view another dimension. Yeah, it looks like Cyberpunk. I know, it's weird. A lot of people think that this cube is a gateway into this cyberpunk looking dimension, but most likely there is no way that there would be gameplay or a story of that. But the possibility is there, because the game has been in development for what, 7+ years, aka too long for this just to be the game. Alright, now let's get to the good shit. When you get to the cube, you see that one guy from that cutscene already there waiting, right? That's Timmy, aka the boy who got taken in the first game and was resurrected by his father, Eric. When you get to the final cutscene when going into the helicopter, you see Timmy sprint towards Eric and give him a hug as he greets everyone else to leave the island with him. Eric also calls Timmy son when fighting the huge baby creating fucking thing. Now, if you ever noticed in the game, there was a book called Parallel Universes and Travel Between Them. It's actually written by Timmy. It seems that Timmy and Eric have tried to figure out what this parallel universe creation dimension things are, and they're trying to figure out who created them or how they're actually here, or how they work or whatever. And they've been studying it seems about for years. It honestly brings a huge light of what could really be possible in the future with this game and future updates, or maybe just the third game in general. Now, everything leading up to this moment in this explanation is 100% factual. I may have missed some minor details here and there, but overall this is the main lore of the early access game. Now, what I'm not sure of is how did Timmy and Eric find this place? How did they know to come to this specific island to discover the secrets under the resort? I'm not also sure who the guy is in the silver jacket. He could be a business associate or the owner of the Sahara company, trying to stop us from uncovering the truth of the island. What is Sahara, you may ask? Sahara is a company that tried to outbid Puff Corp, but they just weren't able to. So Puff Corp ended up owning the island, purchasing it, and they ended up building that resort to hide what was underneath it. Now, there seems to be no information about this guy. The only thing I'm also confused about is why he shot Eric in the back but didn't finish the job, and also knocked us out in the beginning of the game but didn't kill us. Weird. This is my theory or assumption based on what I've studied and what makes sense. We find Timmy and Eric fighting a boss fight that we wish we fought. Silver Jacket guy doesn't like us or Eric and Timmy. We end up making it to the cube and seeing the parallel universe, but we don't enter the dimension. We figure out Timmy and Eric have been creating books and doing heavy amounts of research to understand what these dimensions are. Timmy and Eric got on this island shortly before or after we did. Their goal was to see what Puff Corp was hiding because it seems that they knew they were hiding something. Now, this guy in the silver jacket is either the owner or partner of Sahara and is trying to stop us from uncovering the truth. And maybe the truth is that it's 100% factual that there is a parallel dimension that can be manipulated by the cube. But yeah, that's it. A lot to intake here, so feel free to rewatch to fully understand the story as what we have so far in the game. And yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching, and please make sure to give me a like and subscribe, as this took me lots of time with researching and building this video together. Be ready for more Sons of the Forest content and explain videos, and I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks for the new update. See ya!